G'day everybody, and this is a story I did with the Scribbler script I did today. You see, young 14-year-old Tommy Kippy loved to help cook dinner, and sometimes he did it by himself. Oh my God. And when he did that, he burnt the sausages, and whoosh, it went in the bin. And Tommy went, "What are you throwing it away for? I took 1 hour to make this." And they said, "Yeah, 1 hour too many. Maybe try a bit less next time." "Wah! Wah!" went Tommy, as he totally saddened by his family as they hated his cooking. And Tommy said, "Yeah, mate, yeah, I will do a cooking course, but this might take a long time," because he really was burning everything since that day. Okay, so Tommy started a course, and they taught him the basic heat to put the sausages on. Any other meat as well, so he doesn't burn it. And the teacher was having a hard time teaching this because Tommy wouldn't listen, because he knew he had the right method for him. And the first meal was pork chops. Well, they looked disgustingly burnt, so much it might force the meat lover to go veggie on them. And Tommy wanted to save it, so he sprayed half a can of the oil on the fry pan, and it made it burn more. Tommy was so embarrassed about the whole meal. Then the teacher didn't know what for him to try next, and he thought, "Shazam! I will try roast lamb. Now I can keep watching him to make sure it doesn't burn." And Tommy said, "Okay, that sounds good. That sounds really good." So they prepared the lamb by wrapping it in little strings. And yes, this was going well. And then the teacher asked Tommy to peel the potatoes and fry them on the grill. Yeah, well, this was going well till Tommy's mobile rang. And like all good friends, he answered and talked for about 10 minutes. And as he said goodbye, the potatoes were completely burnt. "Well, dude, I think I can save this. I will get my knife or scissors and scrape the black off the potatoes. It still can save, don't you think?" And then the teacher came in and said, "What do you think you're doing? You fucking burnt the potatoes. What were you doing?" And Tommy said, "I didn't mean to." And the teacher said, "Cooking ain't your thing. Sorry." So he moved on. Well, Tommy went home unhappy about being kicked out of the course. So he rang his mates and decided to go to the local beach. And while his mates were surfing and having a wow of a time, surfing all over the beach, Tommy took an early break and went to sunbathe on the beach. Maybe it's so he can get a tan. And that would make him feel great. Well, while he lied there thinking he might have a tan like a famous male model. But things went bad when instead of a tan, he got burnt to a crisp. And he was so sore as a wounded soldier, and had to go and put aftersun on it. Hopefully that would soothe a bit. Well, it did, but he was still sore enough, and his patient said, "I have a very red back." And his parents said, "You have a very red back. Have you put aftersun on?" And Tommy yelled, "Yeah!" "What do you think, mate?" And his parents said, We are just asking, Tommy." Tommy rested for 4 days for the red on his back to heal. And then he walked around with no shirt on, and then his father noticed a mole on his back. And Tommy said, "It's probably just a pimple." And his father said, "Yeah, it might be, but you should still have it looked at, because it looks like it could be a skin cancer or any other type of cancer." And Tommy's face was burning up. Mind you, this was worse than the sunburn, Tommy said. And then the next day, he went into the cancer clinic to check out the mole. And they did their tests. That is necessary. And they said, if you make an appointment to see us in 3 days, which is Friday, we should have the results. And Tommy went home really burning up in the face, mainly because he got that mole because he was trying to live life with a tan, and it could be ended. And he couldn't sleep. This is very scary for Tommy, because Tommy was hoping that they will say it is just a pimple. So why bother? And Tommy was moping around the house, burning up in the face, as he says, "I don't want to die, please. I hope it isn't cancer," because Tommy Kippy never gets cancer or any form of sickness, because Tommy Kippy too cool for death. On Thursday night, the day before the appointment with Death, a gas bottle from the barbecue they had on from dinner was forgotten to be turned off, and the wind caused the gas bottle to explode, and suddenly, around the Kiffy house, fire was emerging. While Tommy grabbed his favourite toys and ran off with the other family members out the front and watched the whole house go up in flames, right up in flames. And the Kippies were having to rely on insurance to get them a new home, which is furnished. Well, being as hot as they were from the fire, they each had cold showers at the house up the road. Well, then they were given fully furnished homes in a nearby block of flats, and they settled in nicely. And then the real estate company said, "Now your house is lit up in smoke. Well, I think there's too much debris around the house that it will take 5 years to clear." And the Kippies said, "Fine." And Tommy was given a phone call from the cancer clinic saying, can you come this afternoon with your parents?" And after the heat of losing their house, Tommy was back with the problem of whether the mole is cancerous or not. Well, they waited in the cancer clinic, and they were called into the room, and the doctor said, no, the mole isn't cancerous. But you must be careful about sunbaking in the sun. You see, you could have been stricken with cancer easily. Could still happen in the future. Well, Tommy was given a cold. Tommy was given a cool shower with that bit of news, but he still had to go back to school to see what he wanted to do with his life. And Tommy said he could try being a fireman because he thought he should know about the different shades of burnt, like burning sausages, the sunbaking in the sun, and the pain it is afterwards, and the heat of his red face on the risk he had cancer, and also watching the firemen of his old house going up in flames from the gas bottle not being turned off. So he did a course, and yes, after the first 3 weeks, he passed the first written test with flying colours, and the other 2 more written tests being passed, he moved to practical, where he actually got in a fire engine and learned about everything on the fire engine. And after that, because Tommy was a bit slow, but he stuck at it, and he did make it in 4 years, and he became Chief Firefighter. After 2 more years, yes, Tommy was busy as a fire chief, but nobody complained about Tommy because he knew about the different shades of burnt, from hopelessly burning sausages to fire chief. He was cool, he was great. And that was great, and I'd like to sort of say that I did that one. The actual story is about shades of burnt. You see what I mean? The different kinds of shades. Okay, catch ya.